On the go with NASCAR Mobile, the official app of NASCAR puts race coverage and live in-car cameras right at your fingertips. You can listen to drivers and teams discuss race strategy. Download now at NASCAR.com/mobile. Not ready to get underway with round number 2. Take a look at how the chase drivers did in round 1. Kevin Harvick was the fastest all the way down to Jimmie Johnson, who was 23rd quickest, but still advancing into the second round. Now only 10 minutes the drivers will have to try to break into the top 12. All times were reset. So of the 24, the 12 fastest advance into round 3.
This guy's going right out on the track. Nobody's waiting right now. The sooner they can get back in, the sooner their tires can cool down, potentially have colder tires going into the last round.
Alex Bowman showed great speed in practice earlier today. See if he can back up what he was able to run in the first round.
Is anyone surprised? He's been, every time he's sat in this race car, he's going fast. He's done a really good job at speed.
They continue to keep the Earnhardt Jr. banner across the top of the windshield, saying it's still Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s car. We're just filling in.
I don't know if that's fast or not, but it sure looks fast.
I was thinking the same thing.
I mean, it went right. This is like it goes wherever he wants it to go. Then the gas, car's not moving around, not a lot of wheel movement.
Across the stripe, Bowman, 27.52. That is fast.
Yeah, there's a reason it looked fast.
Say that's fast.
That should guarantee him a top 12 position, since no one had run that fast yet in this qualifying session.
Yeah, the Kurt Busch is over a half a second off. That tells you how fast the 88 of Bowman went.
That would not be enough to get the top 12.
Top 3 right now, all non-chasers. Alex Bowman, A.J. Allmendinger, and Ricky Stenhouse Jr. posted good laps. Kurt Busch on the wrong side of the 28-second mark. Ryan Blaney on track, and he's also in the red compared to Alex Bowman's lap.
Well, surprisingly for the 21, Ryan Blaney, he has a car about 10 car lengths in front of him right here. You see going through 3 and 4. That's not where you want to be. That's hurting the speed of the 21 car. He runs at 27.87, but that is, I mean, with 10 minutes, I would be a little frustrated to have a car pull out that close in front of him.
I've been a lap of Bowman. He beat Kevin Harvick, who was the fastest in the first session. Beat Kevin Harvick by a 1/10 of a second.
27.63 for Harvick. All the chase drivers.
How about Danica Patrick? This is going to be a great lap for the 10. She's found some speed for practice.
Patrick, 27.81.
Good job.
Great lap.
We talked about they need something positive to happen, and so far this qualifying, things have gone well.
Kasey Kahne, another Hendrick Motorsports driver.
I know the speeds are only a couple miles an hour faster than what we just saw in the first round, but between the lights coming on and the sky getting darker, they look like they're going 20 miles an hour through the middle of the corner faster. It's unbelievable to watch these cars. Hendrick Motorsports has really found some pace. Kasey Kahne up to third, first and third currently.
Hopefully that speaks volumes for the 48. At least that's what Chad Knaus is hoping.
Yeah, Chase Elliott in the 24. They're 2 chase contenders. If anyone's going to have speed, they're going to want those 2 to have speed, although Martin Truex Jr. has proven he has it as well.
Truex Jr. just about a 1/10 of a second off.
Look how fast these cars are.
Again, over 200 miles an hour entering turn number 1. That time, Truex Jr. goes 27.70. Average right now, Alex Bowman, 196.2 miles an hour average around this mile and a half.
Keselowski only to 11th. Now down to 12th. Newman just moved him down to 12th. So Keselowski is down to 13th now after Jimmie Johnson moved into 6th.
Johnson finding speed as well, 27.80. Speed picking up, sparks flying.
Oh,
a lot more travel out of these cars now.
Right, there was a wiggle off the white line in 1 and 2. That's uncomfortable at these speeds.
Yeah, when you're committed to the throttle at these speeds, you just got to go back to it and hope it sticks. And when Carl Edwards went back to the throttle, it didn't. Big bobble. But it didn't hurt him too bad, Steve. He kept his momentum up.
Did.
Going to be close. I think this will be safe, but it's going to be close. Yeah, sixth.
Sixth. Already, 2 chase drivers outside the top 12. Brad Keselowski, Kurt Busch. Denny Hamlin, 5th on his lap.
You see behind McMurray is Tony Stewart. I don't think McMurray knows he's back there. He's going to be right in Tony Stewart's way right there. The 14 was coming. That was his timed lap. But he pulled out behind the one of Jamie McMurray. That's Tony Stewart's fault, not Jamie McMurray's.
Yeah, Jamie McMurray did nothing wrong right there. Spotter did nothing wrong. It's all on the spotter. The spotters are the ones that are telling them when to go, and 14 is going to be forced to go again.
Simple mistakes. Those are just unacceptable. We're almost 30 races into the season. This group qualifying isn't new. That happened the first few rounds. But now they have got to understand the rhythm. There's no way you should be put out on the racetrack behind another car.
Imagine Logano and his team. Kyle Busch just went to 8th, Logano to 7th. We've seen this with Logano and his team so far in this chase. They don't always have speed, but when it comes time, they find a way. Think about the race in New Hampshire. They got a lap down, they ran poorly, still found a way to grind a decent finish out, and that's what they've done in this qualifying session as well.
We know at least 2 chase drivers are not going to advance into the final round. Alex Bowman and Casey Kane have put up some phenomenal numbers. So they're going to take 2 spots in this top 12 that chase drivers would have wanted.
And how about who Matt Kenseth is trying to beat to get to the top 12? Greg Biffle in a Roush Fenway car with a good run. Kenseth way up the racetrack. That's not going to work out.
Half a second off for Matt Kenseth.
He said it was on the splitter too hard that lap. He didn't like it.
There you have it. That's why he got up the racetrack in 3 and 4. Just could have been a lot of splitter hit. Front tires don't hook up. Chase Elliott with a good run. Going to move Biffle down. Chase Elliott to 3rd.
Look at the speed they're trying to run, Jeff. You talked about it. When the speeds pick up, you have to have the clearance built in after practice. The 20 didn't have it.
3.5 minutes left. We saw Stewart get blocked. He's got to get his car cooled down. Is he going to have enough time to get it cooled down and make another run?
Yeah, so the 1 was on the racetrack. He was at speed. And the 14 left pit road. So this is the 1 taking the checkered flag. Well, he's done. He doesn't expect somebody to be right behind him. The 14 of Tony Stewart is on his time lap, but I know Jamie McMurray probably could have gone the apron, but the point is Tony Stewart should have never been on the racetrack 20 car lengths behind a car finishing his lap. That is just, I mean, look, there's still 2.5 minutes. 7 pit road. Wait for a clear spot.
Yeah, you're Jamie McMurray. It's not your responsibility to look in the mirror. You know, it's not your, when you're qualifying, you're out there, you're assuming by yourself. You're not supposed to look in the mirror. So that's, now the spotter could have said, hey, you know, when he took the start and finish line, he could have said, hurry, 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 to try not to block Stewart.
Right. Danica Patrick, I thought that 2781 was more than safe. Michael McDowell's trying not to make it safe. This is a great run for this 95. As you mentioned, new crew chief Rick Todd Parents come over.
Todd Parent lit the wig, didn't he?
Good job.
19. No, I'm sorry. Where do you go?
Yep,
19. I'm sorry.
Still 2 drivers to go out and take time. Matt Benedetto 1 and Tony Stewart the other. Kurt Busch is going to try again. He's 21st quickest. He's got to go back out if he wants to break into the top 12.
Do you guys feel like this is a really important qualifying session for Kurt Busch? We've seen them not perform in these first 3 races the way you would expect. And they just got to find something. They got to find some speed. I think they need a little bit of ignition, a little bit of a spark to get things going in the right way. They did a good job of advancing. They did it using their heads. They did not do it with speed. So I just feel like this team right now needs something good. Like we talked about with Danica, they need something good to give them something positive, but you're not going to get it in the second run. You can see already he's up the racetrack.
And Jeff, Kurt knows he needs something good. So much, in fact, over that first run here in the round 2, he said to his crew chief, Tony Gibson, he said, look, I knew what I needed. I just was too aggressive. I went into turn 1 so hard, I just went right up the hill, trying to be a little bit smoother this run.
Didn't work out for him. Kurt Busch's lap a half a second slower than when he ran the first time out.
Steve, you mentioned Tony Stewart and the mistake they made getting out too early. It looks like right now he's going the right way. Now it's going the wrong way. So can it hold on?
Going to be close for Stewart. He gets in 11th quickest. That puts Jimmy Johnson right on the bubble. 50 seconds left in this round.
And remember, I know he didn't make a whole lap, but he did leave pit road, went through 3 and 4 as hard as he could, drove into 1 as hard as he could. That's a few That's another quarter and a half that he had on his tires versus everybody else that had to go run again.
And that was because the 42, we saw what happened to him not being on the racetrack. There's a bunch of cars on the racetrack trying to get them around and get the green flag in time, Rick.
Dylan's on the clock right now. So Brad Keselowski go out onto the track. He's going to try to make another run.
The more cars on the racetrack, the harder it is to go fast. I know it sounds crazy, but a car, 20 car lengths in front of you, 30 car lengths in front of you hurts the way your car drives.
So the car's coming up now with 3 seconds left. It's going to be close for Ricky Stenhouse Jr. if his lap will count.
Well, he was finishing a lap. I don't think he's going to run another one.
Finishing up his lap. He's not fast enough. He's 17th quickest.
It's really Jimmy Johnson who's competing against himself. He knows now that he doesn't need this lap, and he'll lift off turn 4, but he had no choice. With that many cars on the racetrack, he had to be on the racetrack here checking us time. All right, try to get your tires, pull them down the best you can, but a good decision by the 48. The 42, you heard Kyle Larson say, he thought he could have went faster. Jimmy Johnson, Chad Knaus, Ron Barber on top of the roof, the spotter, doing a good job of keeping their driver in the mix.
4 chase drivers don't advance into the final round of qualifying. Alex Bowman fastest in that session.